Good evening, everybody. You're on board the gospel train. I'm Sharon Rucker. I want to welcome everybody. Welcome into our room where we talk about everything that's relevant and we try to keep you informed. So we want you just to enjoy. Send a text, email, call somebody. Tell them to get on board the gospel train by going to www.sharonrucker.com. Click all the boxes until you hear us talking. And just enjoy the conversation, everybody. Now, we have a lot of people that join us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok as well. So for all of you that will be joining us, thank you so much. Come into the room, everybody. When you get into the room, click your like and your share buttons. Dewey is already in the room. We will get started in about 1 minute. Hey everybody, come on into the room, click your like and share. Let me tag a couple people and we'll get started. Okay, everybody, I tagged a couple people. We're going to get started. Okay, just a second. All right, everybody, I am ready to get started. Dewey is already out here, so Deborah should be here shortly. I know she's going to come because I checked with her to see if she was doing Black History tonight. You all know I told them if they didn't do the right thing, that I was just going to stop them from doing Black History, period. So I'm just glad that she's doing it tonight. Next week, everybody, you all are going to be, you're going to really enjoy next week, my Black History, because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to have the lady that I was going to talk about, I'm going to have her call in. She is Pastor Anthony Phillips' mother, everybody. And I'm trying to pull up her name here now, just a second. Her name is, just a minute. I had her up just a second because I was going to tell you all more about her. But yeah, she's going to call in, and that's going to be great because she can share more about her life than I can, everybody. So I told Pastor Phillips just to have his mother call. Her name is Dr. Dorothy Phillips and Dr. Dorothy J. Wingfield Phillips. And she's going to tell us a little about her life and all her achievements. And she, I think, was an undergraduate at Vanderbilt in Nashville. So I'll let her tell us a little bit about herself next week, everybody. So she will be my Black History moment. It's just my Black History moment is going to be live. How about that? All right, everybody, let me do this. Let me pull all this music down, and Dewey and I were going to get started, and then Deborah will come on into the room shortly. Let's do that. Hey, Dewey, how are you?
Hey, fine. How you doing?
I am better, Dewey. I am so much better. The kitchen is getting...
You sound better.
Thank you, Dewey. I have just been... Everybody, listen. This house is wearing me out. The house and the car. I'm trying to sell David's car, Dewey. Oh, I'm just out there in the rain, everybody. I was out there in the rain trying to get it started, and a VIN number because I'm going to need that. And this house and these vehicles are absolutely bringing me to a point where I'm saying, Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, everybody? This is what I'm saying is Jesus, take the wheel. Because I can only do so much. This is just a lot. This is a lot.
It's a lot.
Woo. I'm just taking a deep breath right now. Okay, taking a deep breath. Let me do this. Let me pull up what I want to start with tonight. Hopefully Deborah will come on in just a second, everybody. There has this shooting of the lady, and I'm pulling her up now. Hang on just a second, everybody. It has just been a terrible, terrible thing. It's just been on my mind. Her name, guys, was Renee Nicole Good. And I'm sure by now many of you all know that she was killed in Minneapolis. So I think that that's what we need to start with tonight, because in fact, to be absolutely honest, there was 2 shootings and they were done by federal agents. Listen,
Yes,
I'm just going to tell you, if you all do not get your behinds down to the polls next November and we lock down the House and the Senate, we are going to suffer for the next 3 years. We're suffering now. The man hasn't even been in office. I think he'll be in office a year, January the 20th or 21st. Okay? He had been in there a year. And he has done so much damage. He's destroying the White House, putting all that gold in there. Okay, right? Changing out everything in the White House that our ancestors built, by the way. You all do know that, right? Our ancestors built that place. And it's the people's house. That's what bothers me. It is not his home. He will not be president in a few more years. You know what I hope they do? I hope they tear that stuff out of there and put it back like it was. Can they do that, do we?
I hope they don't want to go through all that.
I'm just saying.
I wish it would, and I wish it could.
Listen, it's just wishful thinking. Clem, it's just wishful thinking. Hey, Manziel, Manziel. Am I saying your name? I never can get your name right. And I want you to tell me what it is, because I want to get it right. This lady out here, she's a singer, everybody. And I want to call her Von Sal, or is it Von Seal? I want you to tell me. Spell it out. Don't spell it out like it is now. But I want you to tell me, because I never get her name right. And I hate to get people's names wrong. I hate that, because I don't want y'all to get my name wrong. My name is easy, Sharon. But I just hate doing that. But listen. Tensions are flaring, everybody, across the country in response to the 2 shootings in the 2 cities this week involving the federal agents. Officials are calling for protests to remain calm this weekend, because I posted something for you all yesterday. Do you all know there were at least over 7 million people marching in different places? Did you know that, Dewey, yesterday? I don't know if it's yesterday or when it actually happened. I put something out here on my wall, and I'm trying to get to it to tell you all, but it was just unreal, all the people that are marching, and I am glad. In fact, do we have something going on today? Do we have a march downtown today? Or do you know?
I doubt it, but I hadn't heard about it.
Well, I think if it was, I think it would have been, the protest would have been over ICE, everybody. Okay? Your president, everybody.
We had one not long ago.
Say what now?
We did have a march not long ago, what mainly white people.
But I thought it was something today, but there's nothing today downtown. Maybe I was looking at something else, everybody, but I could have sworn I thought I saw something.
I hadn't heard about it, but yeah, I can't imagine. But we had a big march. They had a big march down a couple of weeks ago. I didn't hardly see any black folks in the march.
What was the march, Dewey? Do you know? Do you know? You said you thought it was one downtown, but I mean, what was it about? Tell me, if you know.
Yeah, I'm sure they protesting Trump, not the ICE agents, but they were just protesting the way Trump was doing that.
You know, everybody, somebody sent me a poster, and I had to post it. It said, for the first time in history, It said, you can simply post, he's an idiot, and 90% of the world will know who you're talking about. I thought that was just awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that the truth? So for the first time in history, you can simply post, he's an idiot, and 90% of the world will know who you're talking about. And some man, he was hysterical. He said, and the other 10% can't read English. I said, oh, Jesus. Somebody said the other 10% can't read English. And I just laughed because I thought, Lord, y'all know I'm always stirring up stuff, okay? Y'all know who I am. You know how I am. Let me tell you all what happened a week ago. Dude, I bet you didn't know that probably one of your Facebook friends out here blocked me. He's a well-known person, so I don't want to call his name. But he blocked me because he came on my wall. And you all know by now, I am not a Trump supporter. You all do know that. I have told you 1,000+ times, I am not a Trump supporter. And I tell you, don't come on my wall if you're a Trump supporter. Because if you piss me off, I'm gonna block you. Now, have I not been saying that now for how long, Dewey? How long have I been saying that?
You've been saying it a lot. Any Trump supporter goes on the wall, something's wrong with them also.
I've been saying this so long that it's like, it's a broken record, okay? It's like, it's a broken record. But, hey, Deborah, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you doing, Cheryl?
I'm good. But let me just share this and we'll get back to the conversation. Yeah. Listen, everybody, I went viral. When I posted, I really posted about the young man and, you know, how he came out there. We were talking about Nicki Minaj and you know, how she went to what was that function that she went to, Deborah, and supported Trump? Do you remember? But here's what I was going to tell you. My post went viral. I got something from Facebook. Do you all know over 15,000 people viewed that? 15,000. Over 1,000 people commented on just one of the things I had on there. And I said, oh my God. It absolutely wiped me out because I have never had 15,000 people to like what I said. And I went out there and I looked at their faces. When I say it was so many people, white people out there that was agreeing with me, it was unreal, Deborah and Dewey. Y'all have got to go out there. You've got to go out there and see the post. I have it where I can get to it. I'm going to it right now. But when I saw those, when I saw those numbers, I said, Jesus, I'm looking at it right now, everybody. It says, so far, it says it has been 14.7 people to give me a like. It says it's been 3.4 thousand people to comment. It has been shared over 304 times. And then, y'all know me, I came back and I said, I need to add this to the post. I said, this is for all you black folk who had the audacity to vote for Trump, thinking he gave 2 cents about you. I said, how's that working for you? I said, given that he cares nothing for you or anyone else but himself. And then I said, feel free to block me. Well, that's been viewed 800 times. I said, Jesus, I have never, ever, everybody, had that many people. I'm telling you, they sent me something. The thing went viral. The thing just, and people are still coming because, you know, I still get things, they kind of let you know when the numbers keep climbing. So people are still viewing it. People are still sharing it. But I guess it was just one of those days. He did this on a Saturday. And, you know, let me tell you, age wises me up. It has gotten me to the point where I kind of wait before I say things and wait before I post things. So I waited till the next day. And I just feel the need to read it. So I'm going to read it to you. I said, I waited until this morning to say what I need to say because my anger could have caused me to say things unnecessary. I need all of you to read this and decide what's best for you. I use Facebook by choice. So do you. In fact, we all use social media by choice. So with saying that, I have told you numerous of times how much I despise Donald Trump. So if you're a Trump supporter and what I say or post tends to piss you off, you need to unfriend, block, do what the hell you need. I've asked you to not comment on my wall about him because to me, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. He is not debatable. I've also told you that I have no problem blocking you when it comes to the man that's too stupid to be running this country. Yes, I called him stupid because he is. He is literally the personification of the deep-seated hate, evil, and racism that exist in this country. He's unstable, obsessed with revenge, a despicable human being, a narcissist. He has a lack of empathy. He's a pedophile and rapist. And lastly, because I could go on and on, he's just a horrible man. The person yesterday, meaning that it was on a Saturday, a week ago, and I said, the person yesterday that has me typing this is a black man many of you all know and are friends with. He blocked me, thank God, because I told him I was getting ready to block him. He came on my wall to let me and all the others who posted about Nicki Minaj know that he was proud she took the stand she did. Nicki Minaj, who has 223.8 million followers, lost 10 million followers and has deactivated her Instagram account after her surprise appearance on Turning Point USA's America Fest conference on last Sunday. Go figure. Listen up. Your opinions are just that, your opinions. We all have them. You just don't get to exercise them on my wall concerning anything about Donald J. Trump and his minions. So once again, I will state my case. If you are a Trump supporter, Sharon Rucker's page is not for you. If you don't like what I say, unfriend, delete, block, just do it. This is my final warning. You will be immediately blocked for your stupidity of posting on my wall. And for this, I have gotten over 14,000 likes. Okay, Dewey? Can y'all believe that?
Yeah, well,
Yes, I can believe it.
it obviously resonated with some people, who are tired of the stuff that goes on social media, and also, with what's happening in the country. It's really coming to a head now. So I think a lot of people are feeling that way. They don't want to entertain it anymore.
So you think that they're actually fed up with him now, Deborah? Do you think they are actually tired of this man? Do you?
Well, not everybody. Not enough.
Not enough.
Certainly more people than have been before, because it's affecting them now. And so then they're paying attention. But it still needs a ways to go, because there are still millions of people who still support him, who they think he's not going to affect them. But I think that's coming to a head now. In the next 3 or 4 months, I think we're going to see something really jump off. We're either going to survive or we're not.
Well, I pray, everybody, that you all, seriously, that you go and vote when we have the opportunity to hopefully gain back the House, and I'm saying, and Senate. Deborah and Dewey seem to think we're only going to get the House. I'm going to ask God to get them both, okay?
I didn't say that was the only thing we'll get. I'm saying that's what we are sure to get.
Is the House?
I think we'll get this. I'm hoping we'll get the Senate also.
The House is only three. There's only a 3 margin difference between, and it may be even 2, according to what happened with the congressman who died last week out in California. His seat is going to come up too. So who knows? His seat may go to it as well, and then that would be 2. The Senate, I think it's 5. It's like 52 to 47 or 53 to 47. or something like that.
So let me ask you all, what's the most important, Deborah and Dewey? What do we need? Do we need the Senate? What do we need? We just got to stop this man because he's out of control. So tell me what we need.
We certainly need the House,
Sure.
but we need both. Because if the House can impeach him, so that's good. But we need the Senate also to keep him from messing stuff up. I don't expect that they're going to throw him out and convict him because that would need 67 votes. I think that is all right. And so the chances of that happening, I don't know, are pretty slim. Although, for some reason, some of them have turned their back a little bit on him this past week, including Josh Hawley. I thought he was a dyed-in-the-wool MAGA, but 5 or 6 of them turned on him this week, at least a little bit. And then even the guy down in Alabama, I forget his name, the country bumpkin, not the coach, but the other one.
What you call him, Deborah? What you call him? What you call him, Deborah? The country bumpkin.
Oh yeah, that's the coach, the former coach. Not him. The other minister, Joseph Kennedy, where they asked him about going into Greenland, he said that would be weapons-grade stupidity. So I think some of them are getting a little tired, but it still needs to be more. It has to be at least 10 or a dozen of the senators who are really sick of Trump and are willing to vote with the Democrats in order to get anything passed, because he's going to veto everything that comes through the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
If the Democrats get it there, so he can override those vetoes. Now, if we have veto proof, then we're getting somewhere. If we have the House and the Senate and a veto-proof majority, then they'll be able to effect real change. He already is saying that they're going to impeach him. He knows.
But now let me ask you, why do you think, I was going to bring that up, but since you brought it up now, why do you think that's on his mind so? Because that's, somebody is telling him if the Republicans don't win a number of votes, he's saying that they're going to impeach him. So why is that on his mind so heavily?
Well, because he knows what he's doing is wrong, and he's been breaking the law. And they've already impeached him twice for even less stuff than he's doing now. So he's done a whole bunch of stuff now that's impeachable. Al Green.
But Deborah, what difference does it make? He's getting impeached and he's still able to keep his job. So why does he worry about it? Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
Well, I think he worries about it because there's no guarantee that the Democrats won't be able to co-opt some Republicans in order to impeach him and convict him in the Senate. So he's trying to nip it in the bud, because what he really wants to do is not have elections in November.
Say what? Wait a minute, Deborah. Stop. He wants to do what, Deborah?
Get rid of elections.
Girl, hush.
No, he doesn't believe in elections. And so what he wants is an excuse not to have any elections in November. And he's working furiously toward that. He made some noises about, well, I don't know why we have to have elections. I'm paraphrasing here, but it was something to the effect that I don't know why we have to have elections, because the Democrats don't have any policies. They don't have any ideas. But actually, it's the other way around. And so he's heading toward authoritarianism. We're already tipping our feet into the water. That's why I say something's going to break down. Something is going to happen in the next 3 to 4 months. We can't continue to go like this. I mean, he's just rapidly going from one thing to another. He's in Venezuela. He's in Greenland. He's trying to break up NATO. He's in Nigeria. Now he's trying to get over in Iran. Just overextending the U.S. and talking crazy talk.
Yes, he is. And Deborah, let me ask you this, Deborah. Why is he so determined to get Greenland. What is up with that? Because he told them he was going to take it whether they wanted him to or not.
It's a distraction. Well, he wants to get rid of NATO. He wants to pull the U.S. out of NATO and kill NATO. But I honestly think that the Greenland stuff is a distraction from the domestic issues. He's got some serious problems here in the U.S. on the domestic front with health care and the cost of living, the jobs market, and all those things he's doing really bad. We want to get rid of that. In addition to the Epstein trial is still going on. And so I think a lot of it is posturing, just seeing what he can mess up, just seeing what he can disturb. And what'll happen, we won't be talking about 14 to 22 million people losing their health care unless the Senate comes through. And I still think he's gonna mess that up. I think people are gonna lose their subsidies. And he doesn't want to talk about that. He wants to talk about Greenland. Oh, we'll swap Greenland for Puerto Rico. Oh, they can do it the easy way or the hard way. You know, talking fool talk like that.
Right.
That stuff there is just a distraction. But they have to take it seriously because of what happened in Venezuela.
Well, all I know, everybody, if he thinks that we're not going to vote next November, come on now. Come on, everybody. If he thinks that we are not going to vote, he can forget that. Okay? You talking about all hell breaking loose in the United States of America. I promise you, it will. All right?
He doesn't want us to have the opportunity to vote. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I think he's going to try something to keep us from having to vote. We know he wants to be a dictator like Putin. He wants to be just like Vladimir Putin. Putin has elections. Russia has elections, but he knows who's going to win. That's why and it's only one party.
You know, Deborah, you just said something that my contractor now, we talk politics all the time over here now. He called me last night to talk about this lady that was killed, Renee Good. But he mentioned something, and I'm hoping that I can say it right. He said Putin really disrespects us now. Let me tell you why. Now, Trump was having a issue with him going into, what was the place he's been going into and destroying it? Ukraine. Now, what did we do? We went to Venezuela and we done pulled this president out of his country. All right, everybody? So how can the United States of America say anything about what Putin does to Ukraine? How?
Well, they're not going to say
say what now?
Yeah. I said Putin's ally has been, he was doing his first term and he's doing it now. And he's not going to stick up for Ukraine. You know, if you remember, Biden was trying to build NATO up and get those guys, you know, to be together and whatever they have to do. And Putin, Trump had tried to, his goal is to break NATO up so we won't have that bond among, countries in the area. And that's, but Trump is doing his business. And we see that, and it's not going to work here because the American people, most of them got enough sense not to re-elect it. I don't know how, I'm still trying to figure, I'm listening to you guys talk, how the hell did he get re-elected?
I don't know, Dewey.
Situation.
You're talking about Trump, right?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
one of these talk show hosts asked the same thing. I think it was one day this week. He said, he said, I know how they got elected. He said, I don't misunderstand what I'm asking. He said, I know they voted for him. Yeah, he said, that's what we do. Okay. He said, but what amazes me is, and I can't remember which host this was. He said, what amazes me is knowing all that you know and knew about this man for the 4 years he was in, why would you put him back in office? What he said, what did you all think was going to happen? Did you think that he was not going to do anything that was going to affect your lives? I mean, he just laid it down, everybody. He broke it down, okay? Because
I don't think we have to find
Elon,
do we even
I don't know how,
Dewey, you know,
but Elon Musk,
which one of y'all want to talk? One of y'all
That
talk.
money,
Go,
sometimes
one of
they-
y'all, go ahead, do it, and then let Deborah. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, Elon Musk's money was the key to his winning. I don't know how. I wish I could figure that out. But that money that he put into that campaign made a difference.
But y'all keep saying
And-
that, and y'all keep saying that. And in my mind, here's how I look at money. You can give me $1,000 to go behind the booth. I'm gonna still vote for who I want to. I'll take your money, but that don't mean I got to vote for who you want me to vote for. You see what I'm saying? So I still don't think he did. I don't think he.
it didn't hurt him to get Pennsylvania, but that wasn't the reason. Dewey, you know the reason he won. Because white voters thought it wasn't going for, at least a majority who voted for him, thought it wasn't going to affect them. They thought he's going to do all that stuff he was talking about to those other people who they think are ruining the country. It's not a mystery. That's how he won the first time. It's perfectly reasonable to think that if Trump ran again in 2028, as much trouble as he's caused, he would still win.
Wait a minute, Deborah. Hold on,
I
Deborah.
I agree
Wait a
with
minute, Deborah. You trying to tell me that if he runs again, do you think these same people that put him in would do it again? Is that what you're saying?
So what I'm saying is that if you strip out all non-white voters, and then you had elected with just white voters, in 2028, you get right back in there. No matter who's the
I agree
Democrat,
with one.
he would get right back in there because they think it's not her. There are people, Sharon, Dewey, who love what's happening now, as long as it doesn't affect them.
Wow.
They look at that white woman who got killed by the ICE agent, the rogue ICE agent, and they say, well, she should have done this and she should have done that. And then the fact that she was a single mom and that she was a lesbian, that's all ways that they can otherize her. They can exceptionalize the situation. But if they got caught by ICE, they got arrested by ICE, then you have all kinds of complaints. But they don't see it as themselves. They see it as those blue states, those agitators, those rogue people who are protesting. They don't see it as themselves. That's how they can go back and vote for it, because they feel like it's not effective.
I agree with you 100%. And I should not have said why. I'm saying why we did not get out and vote for Kamala. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's a good question, Dewey. So why didn't we get out and vote? Why, everybody? I'm going to read your comment in a minute, Ike, and I'm going to read, for those of you that are typing, I feel that I need to read your comments. Robin is saying, she says, I always believed they cheated. She said, but now that he's in there, she said, he's gone rogue. And she said, and that monster has no loyalty to his base. She said, I don't think he's re-electable under no circumstances. I agree, Robin. Minister Ike says, the callers are on point. Says, he got elected because America was not ready for a black woman to be president. We have been saying that, Pastor Ike, we've been saying that now every week. America was not ready, period, for a woman. and they darn sure were not ready for a black woman. Okay, everybody? We've been saying that for a minute, y'all. They were not ready for a woman, period.
They're still not ready for it. That's why I hope that Kamala doesn't run, because they're still not ready for her. And I think that the only way we're going to get out of this mess is the same way we got out of it in 2020, when this guy, this no management fool, caused over a million people to die from coronavirus, when they estimated it would be about 250,000. And he, through his incompetence and just sheer stupidity and selfishness, caused the rest of those deaths. We were desperate in 2020 to get rid of it. And so people who had years before stayed at home got out and voted. And we outvoted him. And that's the only way we're going to get it out of there now, is that the people who sat at home and quibbled about Kamala's laugh and Kamala being a black woman, and they don't like how she looks, all those sort of stupid stuff, and Biden is old. Those people are the reason why Trump is in there. MAGA's going to be MAGA. There's always going to be about 20, 30% of MAGA who are never going to go away. They're just going to vote for Trump no matter what. But the rest of us, we have to get out there and vote. I'm just saying that the white people, and people may disagree with it, say, oh, that's racist, think whatever. If it was not such a white people, the data bears it out.
Well, here's what I want to know. If maybe y'all answered it, but tell me again why people did not get out and vote. Tell me again.
Because Biden saved us. Because we got comfortable. Once Biden got in there and started trying to right the ship, we got comfortable. And then we thought, oh, okay, well, there's no way he's going to get away. He's going to get back in there. He's going to be in jail. They didn't put him in jail. They let him go. And then he came back with a vengeance. All the stuff that he's doing now, he said before he was going to do it.
He did.
Even before
He did.
December.
That's true.
So
He's been doing it.
It's going to affect them. But I'm just saying.
He was doing it first.
I just want to say something. People may disagree with it and they may not. They may agree with it. But the data shows for 2016, 2020, and 2024, the overwhelming majority of white voters voted for Trump. The only thing that was mediated the situation in 2020 was that non-white voters voted for the Democrats. Those are the people we have to get together. The right-thinking white people, about 30% of the white people, and then the rest of us. Because if it's not up to white voters, Trump is going to win every time. The Republicans are going to win every time.
Well, let me ask you this, Deborah. Let me ask you this. Who do you all, if you don't think Kamala needs to run again, and I'm telling you, I got a feeling she's going to, who do you all think needs to run and who can win? Who can win? Who can beat Trump?
A white man who has charisma. I think right now they're thinking it's Gavin Newsom, but I'm not sure.
Gavin?
Because there's something may come out.
Yeah.
He probably does.
You got a chance.
Do you think Gavin will run if Kamala runs?
I think there's going to be about a dozen of them.
You
He's
do?
not going to try. Oh, yeah.
Who else you think is going to run, Deborah?
Who, Kamala?
No, you said that you think it'll be about a dozen. Who else you think? We know that Gavin is going to. We know that Kamala's probably going to again. So who else do you think is going to run?
Cory Booker, Pritzker.
Corey? You think Corey's going to run?
Who?
You think Cory Booker's going to run?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll run.
Oh, Lord.
That's why.
Oh, Lord, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I think he'll run again. Andy Beshear in Kentucky. His name's been batted around. Maybe even Wes Moore in Maryland, maybe. And, you know, there'll be at least about a dozen of them. She's not going to have just a free reign. She may not even get the nomination. Because honestly, I think that a good percentage of the Democratic Party don't want to take a chance on her again, and they don't want to take a chance on a white woman either. They don't want to take a chance on a woman, period. They don't want to take a chance on a non-white person, because we know what happened in 2020. If Joe Biden hadn't won that nomination, we'd be sitting with Trump third term now.
Well,
because
listen, I wish everybody, I wish I could believe that if Joe had stayed in, that he could have won. But I declare, I just don't think that Joe
I
could have
think he
won.
would.
I think he would have won.
Why do y'all think that?
I think he would have won also.
They
If
jumped
Joe
the gun.
Biden,
But why do you all think that though, guys?
Joe Biden, they jumped the gun and they panicked, and they savaged their own
mm-hmm.
candidate.
there you go.
They hadn't said, okay, so that first debate, that was a disaster. We got to find out. We got to prep you next time to do much better. If they hadn't just stuck with Joe Biden, pumped him up behind the scenes, the same way they're pumping Trump up, I think he would have won.
Really?
I agree with you. Yes.
Listen,
I
listen,
agree with
and you all could be right, but I'm just gonna tell you. After that debate that night, I was just done. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus!" I said, "We're in trouble." This is what I said. I said, "We're in trouble." Okay.
We're in big trouble with the race. You know, racism plays a big part of this, and the racists go out and vote. All of us don't, and I'm just saying that Trump he's doing what they want him to do. We can fuss about people losing their house. He is doing what racists want him to do. Immigration, all this after people of color. I'm telling you, you know, we have to understand this man. He knows what he's doing, and he's not gonna.
Robin agrees with me, y'all. Robin said no. She said poor Joe didn't have a chance. Bless his heart. Robin, I agree with you. I agree with you. He just didn't.
Well, I think that Robin has a point in the sense that if you look at what happened afterwards, after Joe decided he wasn't going to run, we started to see that he had some problems. I'm not saying he didn't have any problems. I'm just saying they could have got him to win and then stepped aside. If they weren't going to do that, then they could have told 6 months before, okay, Joe,
there you go.
Well, now let me ask you, Deborah. Let me ask you guys. Why did everybody turn on him so? I thought, what in the world is going on? You do not do this to your candidate. You don't do what they did, okay?
Just like behind Trump. Now, why are people talking about Trump? He's doing all kinds. He's 79 years old. He's falling asleep, rambling,
right,
going off on tangents. If you listen to him, he sounds like a madman.
Yes, he does.
Oh, been loaded. Oh, maybe we'll swap for Greenland. You know, fool talk, bonkers. But where's Jake Tapper now?
Yeah,
he's doing what he's been told to do. He is doing what he's been told to do. He ain't smart enough to do it. And that's what, you know, we have to understand that there are some people, the reality is, though, that the bottom line is, we have to get out and vote. It's just all said and done.
That's true.
There's nothing to place it.
I agree, do it. We really do, everybody. It is crucial. It is so crucial. Let's go back to this lady, Renee Good, that died, lost her life needlessly. It said that it was stated that she could be seen turning her car's steering wheel to the right, away from the ICE agent who shot her. Mm-hmm. It says just over 1 second before the first of 3 gunshots was fired. But then tonight, as I was looking at the news, he got in front of her car. That's how he was able to shoot her in the head. He got in front, and they said that that's something that the agents should not do, is get in front of the car. They've been trained to not do that. So, and J.D. Vance kind of bothered me too, because he said, and I quote, he said, the reality is that the agent's life was endangered and he fired in self-defense. Well, see, that can't hold up. You know why? because it was too many people with cameras with their phones on. There's too many people that they have so much footage that's not true. He said that the agent's life was endangered. Bull crap. The lady was joking with the man just a second before he killed her.
If that was the case, and I'm not gonna, I know that a lot of people speculate on what happened. We have all of our opinions. We saw the videos, various videos. But, okay, just to be fair, if that was the case, then why are they holding the investigation up?
Yeah.
Why are they keeping the Minnesotans from investigating along with them? What's the problem? Why are you afraid to have a complete and transparent investigation? Because if you say all that, then you would let the Minnesota authorities in, you let the local authorities in, the way it happens all the time. Why are you trying to hide stuff?
Well, you know something else too, Deborah? The question too should be asked, everybody. Why is the FBI leading the investigation? Why?
Well, I don't think it's
Because he was a federal agent.
But they won't let the people in Minneapolis, they won't let their investigators deal with this.
Exactly.
Trump has said no.
If a federal agent is, that's the way, you know, but I'm telling you, they are hoping there's going to be, there's going to be more violence. You better.
Oh, there already has been. I think there was violence last night, everybody. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah, I'm talking about a lot of violence. And what I'm saying is, whether you hear Knoxville and New Jersey, wherever, Philadelphia, it can happen anywhere. And they're going to take up for the federal guys.
Did you all know did you all know that there was also a shooting in Portland? Did y'all know that? It says well, I'm reading here. It says protests erupted in Portland, Oregon after 2 Venezuelan gang members were shot by Border Patrol agents Thursday. And it says the 2 are in stable condition and in federal custody. It says Portland's police chief is calling for calm this weekend. So, goodness gracious.
I'm
saying it's going to...
People calling them gang members, we can't believe that.
I don't believe it either. You know, Deborah, it's so weird that you say that. Because the first thing that came to my mind, I said, now why did they put the title gang on that? It's like they did that for a reason, everybody. They probably were not gang members, okay? Probably didn't have, were not affiliated.
Listen, they try to do the same thing to ladies. You know what I'm saying? She was
an agitator. She's an agitator.
Yeah.
You know, before they even have a chance to even, J.D. Vance didn't even know any more than we were.
Right.
We knew it home. And here he is speculating already. Kristi Noem coming out being inappropriate, Trump being inappropriate, and they don't know any more than we know. Now they've compromised the crime scene. They're barring the Minnesota authorities from investigating, and that's not how it works. They work together. When a federal agent does something, they work together with the local and state officials. If they have all the right, then why don't they want to work with Minnesota?
Right.
That's because he did wrong. We see that. They want to tell us what we see with our own eyes. That woman was unarmed.
Yes, she was.
Been there.
And everybody, Deborah, everybody has had good things to say about her. So she was just a funny, pleasant lady, you know. So, I tell you what, though, she has gotten a lot of money. Something came across my computer, everybody, earlier today. They have taken up like $1.5 million for her. In fact, I think they have actually closed the GoFundMe because they're over almost up to $2 million for this lady. Okay, so.
She's not going to get it. She's dead, so.
But I'm just saying, to take up that kind of money, Dewey, that means that. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money.
That won't bring her back, though.
No, it won't.
That's a lot of money. And I don't want us to get caught up in that money thing, because what I'm saying is they can't do anything to bring this lady back. And
they,
raising money is help. But what the point I'm trying to make.
Well, Dewey, let me stop. Before you say anything, let me stop you. The money will help. She had 3 children. So the money will be a big help, Dewey. Okay? They've taken her life, yes, but she had 3 children that are now without a mother. And they're going to need people to need help to get them through this life that these dumb people killed her over. There's no reason to kill that lady. She didn't do anything. She wasn't a criminal. She hadn't stolen anything. There was no reason to shoot her. There's no reason.
Well, there's also other people.
All I'm saying is,
there are also other people who've been hurt, who haven't gotten as much attention, who've been killed by ICE, running from ICE, or gotten a situation ICE caused their death.
Well, Deborah, maybe this is what is the saying that broke the camel's back? Maybe people are just sick and tired now. I mean, you got all these federal agencies in all these places causing havoc. Maybe people are just tired, Deborah. What you think?
Well, they're right in your state. They're right there. They're down in New Orleans.
Yes.
With Governor
Memphis.
Yes, they're in Memphis.
Tennessee. And all I'm saying is that it's going to get worse.
It is.
Across the country.
Absolutely.
And as long as they take up for those guys before they even know what happened, you know that it's going to be, they're going to be taking up for the ICE people.
I agree.
Well, we know the situation with the police and law enforcement in the black community well. And the fact is that these ICE agents are even less trained than law enforcement in some of these cities like New York and LAPD. And so there's a shortage of corrections officers now because everybody's applying to go to ICE because they're offering unbelievable salaries, morale is low, but they're half training these people.
That's true. That is so true, Deborah.
And they don't have the discipline.
Let me ask this question here, and then we'll stop it on that Deborah do her Black History moment. Why was the Venezuelan's president captured? What was that about?
Well, I think that target.
Say what now?
He has been a target of the U.S. ever since he, according to the U.S., defaulted on the election. That he wasn't the one who actually won. The other person won. And so he's been a target of the U.S., but not like this. I think they saw Venezuela as an easy picking. And they could easily go in and topple their leadership and basically tap into the oil. Because, Trump thinks oil is the future. Not. And so I think that they were just an easy target. An easy distraction, maybe get some money on the side. They were easy. Just like Greenland. He's not going to pick on Russia. He's not going to pick on China or North Korea or anybody who's going to fight back.
True.
Anybody
True.
who's got an army. He'll just pick on the little guys.
Listen, everybody, I need you all to really, seriously, take us seriously when we say that you got to make sure that you get all of your family members to vote. I mean, this is crucial. I forgot to mention that the U.S. has seized another oil tanker. This is the 5th oil tanker that they have seized, okay?
That's what pirates do.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was just seized. So I'm thinking, and now Trump is trying to get his investors to invest in the oil. So we got a lot going on in the United States of America. We have got to lock down the House and the Senate, everybody. Seriously,
did you hear what the Exxon president, he said that place is, but what the word he used, in other words, they're not buying what Trump is
No.
talking about.
No, they're not. The only way he'll get his way is if he threatens them in some other way. Because think about it.
Right.
The future is not oil. If Trump was a person who had any sense, any intellectual ability, he would say, oil is yesterday's energy. Every day, the people are moving toward away from coal and oil. They're moving toward solar and wind energy, nuclear energy. They're going back to oil. Oil is going to run out in 100 years. But Trump is stupid. He doesn't realize that. He lives in the 20th century. And the thing is that it only emboldens his supposed enemy, China. So in 9 months, if China goes and invades Taiwan, well, guess what Taiwan has? 90% of the world's semiconductors. That's where there is it seems so Taiwan under China would have control of 90% of the semiconductors in the world.
Wow.
That's gonna something, not taking over Venezuelan oil. The oil companies, why do they want to go into Venezuela and spend billions of dollars for nothing in a hostile environment where they will be in danger? It's only for oil to go down to $35 a barrel. It's already rock bottom now. They're not going to do that unless he threatens them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
and what the Exxon people, the president said, uninvestable.
Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
means because it ain't just go get the barrels of oil and bring. They have to be pumped out. It's a complicated procedure, but I'll say and done. See, this man, I'm telling you, we underestimate. He's stupid, crazy, but he's doing what
Listen,
people told him
I
to
just
do.
read you all. I
Balance.
just read you all what I typed last week that had over 15,000 views. Cause seriously, I mean, I couldn't put it any better than I put it when I said what I said about Trump. I'm just telling you all, and please stay off my wall, everybody. I'm at the point where my patience is very thin. It's very thin, and I told you all, I refuse to argue over Donald Trump. He is not debatable. I can't give you that kind of energy. I can't give you that kind of time over that man. Okay? He's a horrible person. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to block you. This is going to be that easy. I had to tell a man that a day or so ago. He said, now I've read what you said. He said, and I want to hear your stance on Joe Biden. And I had to take a deep breath. Tony, if you're listening, I had to take a deep breath because I said to this man, you already know how I feel about Joe Biden. I said, and you know how I feel about Donald Trump. I said, and if you post one more time, you will be blocked. He shut the hell up, everybody, okay? He shut up. I said, you post one more time, y'all getting me to my limit. I'm at my limit. Stop posting on my wall about Donald Trump.
Sharon, why do you think people post on your wall?
Tell me why, Dewey, because tell me why.
Get you upset.
But Dewey, it's okay, because I love blocking people. I have blocked probably 200 people that have said things about Trump. So it's okay, Dewey. You ought to know by now.
Okay.
You ought to know who Sharon Rucker is by now. You've been knowing me for years, okay? So that didn't upset me. Mm-hmm. It upsets me, but it doesn't upset me. So don't misunderstand me now. Don't misunderstand me. I'm just going to block you. It's real simple.
Listen to me. That is the reason they put stuff on the wall. It's to upset you.
But that's okay, because I upset them. That's why they come on my wall, Dewey, because I upset them. But it's okay. I'm going to talk about Donald J. Trump until his behind is out of the White House, till he's out of the people's house. You hear me? I will not, I shall not stop telling you all that you don't need to vote for this man, and you need to get your family members out to the polls. Like Dewey said earlier, if we had gotten to the polls, we might not be in this situation. Might not. Because again, this country was not ready, A, for a woman, B, for a black woman to be the president of the United States. All right? I get it. But
Let
the
me
fact
say
that you
this,
sit home and didn't
you
vote,
know,
say, what do we?
what we do when we don't vote, we are promoting the racists in this country. That's all I'm saying. We can balance them out, but we have to get out and vote and vote hard. And like I said, we got messed up with Joe Biden because he didn't run. And you don't take a person in the middle of a presidential campaign and then put the vice president in. But I guess what I'm trying to say is though that Joe Biden has a racist agenda. I mean, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Boy, I'm about to,
He's a
I was
racist.
getting ready to cut you off. You better be glad you said you fixed
Yeah,
that. But listen, everybody, I know what you were talking about. I'm just fooling with you. But listen, Robin said, Sheridan, she said, you need to pin that post on your wall. She said that was great. Thank you, Robin. It really was, everybody. I don't even know where all that came from, Robin. I don't know where all that came from. Again, what I didn't post that day that he said what he said, okay? I waited till the next day, and I sat down at my computer, and I laid that darn thing out, y'all. To have almost 15,000 views, the thing went viral. Y'all know I laid that post out, okay? I was just upset that day.
And the 50,000 people need to vote. That's all I'm saying.
15,000, not 50, 15.
The only way we can change this and affirm what you say about Donald Trump is to vote Democrat. He's
true.
made it us against them. So
That's true.
and so we have to basically get out and vote as Democrats and just let people know where we stand. Because I'm telling you, everything this guy everything that he's done basically is set up to go after people of color, whether it's in the United States or anywhere else. And that's what he does. He's a racist. And he's doing what those racists want him to do. Don't think he's not.
Let me read this last thing, and then Deborah, I'll let you do Black History Moment. Harold just said something here. He typed in, he said, it will require a $20 billion investment, and it has to be maintained. He said, Trump will be gone, and future presidents won't protect Venezuelan oil interests. I agree. I totally agree. They're not going to. And I was just joking, everybody, when I said, when Trump is out of office, they're going to put all that stuff back because he's got everything in gold now. This room he's building. Oh, and he's adding on to that room. He's making that room larger. Did you all know that? That came on the news last night.
Yeah.
He's making the room larger. He's destroying the White House, okay? As you all knew it. He's destroying it. Putting all this luxury in there. And I'm going to tell you, I just hope the next person that comes in there, I know they're not going to put it back, but I would. I find me some investors, and I would try to put that White House back like it was. Okay? I would. And on that note, Deborah.
Yeah, make that one up rallying cry. Let's put back the White House.
Put the White House back like it was. Because I can't imagine all the gold that he's got up in there. Because he has a thing. They said he has a lot of gold in his penthouse, in the Trump penthouse, Trump Towers.
Yeah.
They said he has a lot of gold. So he has a thing for that. He has a thing for a lot of gold around. So I'm not sure what that's about. So whatever.
Gaudiness.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Exactly.
tacky.
Right.
Just comes with that kind of overdone, just sort of like just too much of everything.
Yes, I agree, Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
I put the country back together again. They can let the White House stay the way it is. It's a building.
Well,
Okay.
listen, Deborah.
Yeah.
Deborah, since you put it that way, Deborah.
Yeah, you don't need to put a fool in there again.
Listen, Deborah, since you put it that way, I would prefer that the country get back on track versus putting the White House back. Deborah, are you ready to do your Black History Month. And listen, Deborah, I probably reminded you today because I bet you forgot that tonight was your night. Did you forget?
Oh no, I didn't forget.
Okay, well, good, because I was going to use Pastor Phillips' mother, because she really, everybody, will be our Black History. She's going to come on live next week. My Black History person, next week is my week, but my Black History person next week is going to be Dr. Dorothy J. Phillips. And you all are going to love it, because she's going to call in and she is going to give you the history of her life. And I can't wait. I'm excited. She was the first African-American woman to receive an undergraduate degree from Vanderbilt. And that's why I said she's calling in next week. She's calling in next week. She's a member of the class of the Vanderbilt Trailblazers. She was recently interviewed by the American Chemical Society about her career as a chemist. This lady will be calling in next week. You all make sure that you tune in next week. Those of you that are online and those of you that are on my wall tonight. Everybody, I will put this on YouTube a little later. I'll upload it for you. And you'll be able to look at this video and listen as well. So, Deborah, if you're ready, I'm going to turn it over to you. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a short one. I'm doing it on a man named Cujo Lewis. He was the last known survivor of the transatlantic slave trade to be kidnapped and brought to the States. His African name was Ulale Kasala, and he was a Yoruba-speaking person from the country of Benin in Africa, where he lived in a village. It had family relations, spiritual practices, and, sophisticated society. He was trained in farming, hunting, and community responsibility, and he took part in all of that. But unfortunately for him, around the time he was 19, he was violently kidnapped and sold from his village and brought to the United States along with over 100 others. He was imprisoned and sold, I believe in New Orleans, to American slave traffickers who had smuggled him to Alabama in 1860 aboard a ship called the Clotilda. It was the last known slave ship to reach the U.S. before emancipation. He was enslaved for a time in Mobile, where he was forced to work until emancipation, after which he and his other survivors from the Clotilda tried to get back to Africa, but were unsuccessful. Instead, he and others founded a community called Africatown. And it was self-governing, a Black community where formerly enslaved Africans pooled together their resources, built their community, and preserved aspects of their language and their customs, and, collective autonomy. He married, raised children, had personal losses, and lived much of his later life in poverty, but he still retained a clear memory of both in Africa and enslavement. The reason why we know him is because of Zora Neale Hurston, who recorded the story and tried to get a publisher to publish it. In the story she wrote down, he speaks in his own vernacular from his country, and it's a rare first-person account of someone who came from an African sovereign nation to the Middle Passage and enslavement and the long struggle to build his freedom in a hostile place. And really, what I took from it is that his story was ignored for so long, because what happened was Zora Neale Hurston tried to get a publisher who initially said yes, they would publish his accounts, but they wanted her to put his dialect, his African dialect, in standard English. He refused because she said that would water down his story and would black people.
Mm.
Wow.
And that was it because they felt like it might make black people look bad.
Yeah.
And so we wouldn't do it. They wouldn't publish it. And the story really only came out in 2013 when the book was finally published. It's called Barracoon. And I have the book, and it's actually quite a fascinating story because it tells you the first person account of what it was like to be kidnapped in Africa and brought to the United States, sold into enslavement, and then emancipated and still have to struggle. He lived almost 100 years. I think he was born in 1841 or something like that, and he died in 1935, so a long life. And it really shows you the struggles that our people had to go through and still have to go through, but it makes you want to do right as far as voting, because that man lived through all that and he still survived.
Wow.
If he can survive, and we can survive Trump. Trump is a nobody. He's a bug. We can step on him and keep living our lives. He's nothing compared to what those people had to go through. And so that's why I thought
Very good, Deborah. Very good. You did good.
And we're some special people, and that story tells how we are special and how we're able to do things in spite of. You know that's amazing. Just the fact that he was, but that's the country even still we live in. That you just gotta. They don't want to really tell the truth. So that's
true.
but that's great stuff.
That's true.
That's great.
Want to forget about it.
Very good,
Because
Deborah.
That's the problem with Trump in the African American Museum. He wants to tear it down and get rid of it because they want to talk about all the things that have been done that we still have to live in different forms. They want us to say, "Oh, we have stop talking about that old stuff."
Yeah.
And we're not stop talking.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, everybody, our time is over, and I got to get off of here and keep this stuff moving. So I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight, and we will be back out here Monday. Please, everybody, come back Monday for a message and prayer. Dr. Melissa will be here Monday. And Dr. Melissa was one of our main people to do message and prayer for about 4 or 5 years, she and Pastor Sean Angel. So make sure you come back at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our message and prayer, because you already know you're going to be blessed because it is just a wonderful program. Dewey and Deborah, thank you both for coming out here tonight. I look forward to next Saturday.
Thank you for your show. Thank you, and for your thing on Mondays. Our community needs that.
Thank you, Dewey.
Whether we know it or not, we need this thing on Saturday, and we need a program on on Monday, because we're fighting. It's a spiritual battle that we're fighting.
Yes, that's true. I
And
totally
this
agree.
Stuff that happened. Yeah, this stuff is happening, and now it was happening in the '60s, and so we just kind of history's coming back to repeat itself, and we got to be prepared to deal with it.
Yes, we do.
Thank you
Yes,
for
we
your
do.
show.
Thank you, Dewey.
Thank you for your.
You know, Dewey, every now and then you just say, the right thing. So listen, you know what I'm gonna give you, Dewey.
Yeah, I know. It ain't but yeah.
Every now and then Dewey says the right thing, and because every now and then he does, let me tell you what he deserves, everybody. Dewey deserves one of these. That's for you, Dewey. Okay? That's for you. Because every now and then, you just kind of say the right thing. So you said the right thing tonight. But listen, guys, please, again, come back, because I'm telling you, you're going to love Dr. Melissa Monday night at 8 p.m. Deborah and Dewey, you all be safe. Have a good weekend. And the temperature is changing, everybody.
Deborah.
It's going to be cold tomorrow night, so tomorrow, period. So make sure that you dress appropriately, okay? Guys, I will see you all next Saturday. Talk to you next Saturday, all right?
Well, we
All right. Okay. God
All right.
bless you. Okay.
Good night. All right, everybody. Listen, thank you all so much for coming out here with me tonight. I truly appreciate all of you. Stay with us because we go off with a song, and tonight we're going to go off with me doing a song that many of you all love that I wrote. It's called Thank You. So if you all would just stay with me, we'll go off with that song, and then I will come back and give you my final thought for the night. It is 7:17. You have been listening to Let's Talk on Sharon Rucker's Gospel Train. We are located in the city of Knoxville, Tennessee. I want to welcome all of you, those of you that are new to this program. We do this every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Monday nights at 8 p.m. we have what's known as Message and Prayer. So I need all of you to come back on Monday. Stay with me, everybody. We'll be back in just a minute to do my song called Thank You, and I'll give you my final thought for the night.
Hello, this is Bishop Eric Lee, the presiding bishop of the South Atlantic Episcopal District of the AME Zion Church, and I am inviting you to join Sister Sharon Rucker on the Gospel Train. You will be blessed. Thank you.
Everybody, we are going off with me doing a song that we all love. It's called Thank You. I wrote this song, everybody, about 15 years ago, so just enjoy.
Just for waking me up this morning, Lord, starting me on my way, just for putting food on my table, Jesus.
Everybody, I love this song.
Oh Lord, it's me. It's Sharon standing in the need of prayer. I can't do anything without you, Jesus. I need you each and every day. I need you to make me. I need you to mold me, make me as you will. Oh Lord, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you. Oh Lord, I thank you. For waking me up. Just
going to do it for me. You were just listening to me singing a song that I wrote. I believe, everybody, I think I wrote it in 2005. Sherry just said, awesome song, thank you. And just to tell you a little bit about that song, I wrote it to God, everybody, because He opened the door for me on December the 31st of 2003. And He allowed me to retire at age 49, which was unheard of. For a black lady to come home and to do whatever she so desired for the rest of her life. That's what God did for me. Now, when I say retired, I retired from my main job. He still had me singing and playing at churches and weddings and just all kind of stuff. He put me on the radio, never done it before. I had like a week of training to do this. And then that station shut down, and then He put it in my home. When I say, everybody, there is nobody like our Lord. There isn't. There's nobody like Him. That's what I'm always telling you all. You gotta trust Him. You gotta trust God. You gotta trust Him to know what's best for you. You gotta trust Him to know what you need in your life. And even when you're going through things, everybody, you still gotta trust Him. You see, I have been dealing with grief for the past 2 years. But every day, God would get me just a little bit better. You know, I tell you all, I still cry. I just don't cry all day. But I'm so grateful for the people that God has placed in my life. I'm so grateful for all of you that have prayed for me. And you have prayed constantly for me. And I know you have, because I'm better. And I can only be better with your prayers. So thank you, everybody, for caring for me. Thank you for talking to God for me. Please don't stop. Please continue to tell Him to take care of Sharon, to keep carrying Sharon, because she's still got a long ways to go, but she's better than what she was. Tonight, everybody, I want to leave you with this. It says, there are no mistakes in life, just lessons. There are no mistakes in life, just lessons. Remember, everybody, we can do all things through Christ, who strengthens us. Please come back Monday, 8 p.m. for Dr. Melissa. She'll be giving us our message Monday, and I've already started the prayer list. So make sure you get your names on it. I will also do another one on Monday. If you missed this one, that's already out there. Many of you have already put your names and family members on it. But continue to do that through tomorrow. And I'll start another one on Monday. Thank you, everybody, for coming out here with us tonight. It is always good, everybody, to pray. Make sure you talk to God. Not only for yourselves, talk to Him for people that you don't know, people that you'll never meet. Ask God to bless somebody's life. Ask God to bless somebody's heart. Somebody somewhere is grieving. Many people are. And I have been one of those people. So make sure you tell Him to take care of people everywhere. God bless all of you. Have a good rest of the weekend. And I will be back here Monday night. Good night, everybody.